All right, there you have it. Both teams locked and loaded. Some words from MBK and words from Yell. And it's interesting, you know, we see that Vitality have this, you know, they're ranked #2 in the world, but I feel like this major, James, it's such a timely point because Vitality, you know, they could be just one of those teams as well that, you know, it's this classic thing where a championship level team, you expect a good results from them in the groups. Not necessarily to crush it, but they have to peak across the tournament. And this is a long tournament in terms of like how long you'll have to be here from the start today all the way to the playoffs. It's a long time. It's a long time. And so Vitality, it's okay if they start slow, James. That's what I'm trying to say. I
like the new jerseys of Vitality. The old ones were interesting. They weren't bad by any means, but I like the new ones.
MBK's shoes matched. You must have noticed that.
I have not been looking at his shoes just yet. I did bump into him in a hotel earlier, but
who are you?
Speaking of new shirts, INTZ have got the Brazilian colors out as well, and KNG looks ready to rock, man. He's got the RC hairstyle on his team. I say RPK's got the mohawk going on, the Chuck Liddell style on for his team as well. INTZ, huge fans of Train. I feel like they will try and take any series to Train they can, so this feature will be very interesting indeed. And I'm sure that Vitality are going to want to take them out of their comfort zone, which is Train and AWPs.
Yeah, I mean, MBK even said that in the interview as well. He said, you know, one of our objectives here is to make sure that we, as the Bears would like to say, we ice the kicker. We make sure that if firstly, if we can at all, prevent them from getting hot, from getting any momentum individually, because they've got some great individuals. And if we fail at doing that, if they start to pick up that momentum, we're going to call a timeout. We're going to ice the kicker. We're going to slow them down as much as we can. But you know what, James? I don't know if it will have to come to that, because as we see the Vito play through here, we're going to get to see the battleground for these two teams. And if it's a map where there's lots of CT options, then I feel like it'll be very comfortable for the likes of Vitality.
So the Train and Dust 2 taken out, so they won't, the AWP fests have been neutered, and it will be going to Mirage, which is very, very interesting. INTZ vetoing nuke towards the end there, so yeah, this will be a curious one. This will be a curious one in terms of INTZ and what they're going to be able to do, especially on their T side. We know they're a slow team, and here are the statistics. You can see they're about 50%, but we know they're a slow team. They're a team who like to wait for people to peek into them. On Mirage, that might not be so likely to happen. Had a horror of a game against NRG, as we can see there. Vitality a lot more successful of late, excuse me, and versus higher tier opposition overall, I would say. So Vitality have got to be a heavy favorite in this best-of-1 series.
Absolutely, and again, you know, I mentioned, you know, CT options being so important, because there are some maps like a Train or, you know, something like that where you don't get as many opportunities on the CT side to be aggressive and to throw the T side off of their game, off of their, like, whatever they're trying to do. But this is a map where you really can do that. On the CT side of Mirage, you can push pretty much anything. You can take over mid. You can really make the other team work for every ounce of the map, and that could be problematic for INTZ. And, you know, not to even mention what Vitality are capable of on the T side. So indeed, I completely agree. This is a difficult one. That said, if INTZ can find the space on the map to work with, and their individuals are feeling it,
look at those GG bet odds.
There are opportunities to be had.
There's a huge numbers for INTZ. In a best-of-1, I don't know, man. Maybe you fancy it. I know there are some Brazilian fans out there who'll be rooting for the likes of KNG. So put your money where your mouth is, and the strafe ones, the votes of the people are with Vitality. A solid 82%. This feels, do you know what? I want to say it feels more, it feels good, but I don't, it's hard to say, especially in the best-of-1, because we've seen situations where INTZ will be pushed to the limit. They'll be up against like 14 rounds, 15 rounds, and then they'll start to force their way back into the match. We saw an absurd comeback from them. I don't know if it was Nuke, I can't remember what map it was, of late. So again, a map like Mirage, we can't count them out, but they are going to struggle on their T side. They always do. They will wait, and they will wait, and they will wait. And sometimes, like if you know better than to give them something, then they're going to struggle to try and get a bomb plant or something in those dying seconds. But sometimes they do. Sometimes they do. If they can do that in the right round, then who knows what might happen.
Indeed, and we are about to kick things off here. 3 seconds in freeze time, then we'll be launching ourselves into the thick of it here with Vitality and INTZ. Or is it a knife round? No, it's The pistol. Okay, good. Sometimes I call it as a knife round. I'm glad that's not the case. But it almost looked like one because we've got Vitality stacking towards the A bomb side as INTZ look to walk through the Palace position. They've got two players. Oh dear, caught throwing grenades. That is not exactly what you want. That tells Vitality everything they need to know. And in the chaos, they won't see Alex. He'll pick himself up. Only a single frag, but it won't matter too much. Surely, as Destiny has to ace now to finish this one off, but Zywoo will take him down. So great play from Vitality. They absolutely had a great idea of what was going to happen, James. They went for the play down ramp, and they found two players with grenades in their hands.
Fantastic start. Great patience from Alex. Unfortunate not to get that second kill, but it won't matter too much. They will get the round anyway. Alex, I have to point out, is somebody you absolutely want to be following on Twitch. I think his username is CSGO Alex or something along those lines. He studies demos all the time. He goes through strats, he goes through their own rounds and discusses what they were thinking. He goes through old LDLC rounds as well. He's really, really awesome to watch. And here he is, the man from the UK, Mr. McMeekin, in that mid position with the French gun, of course, the FAMAS, dealing with the players in top mid. But if you do want to learn anything about this game, then he is definitely somebody to follow on Twitch. And I haven't done the Go TV picks just yet, I just realized. I mean, we're only one game in, but I feel like we've been missing out. So for those of you in Go TV, I would suggest, especially on a CT side of this map, I would go with Zywoo because he just has...
Because Zywoo?
No, because he has great awareness.
He's very smart.
He has great awareness, spatial awareness. He has great awareness of what is going on around the map, especially with young players. A lot of them are turrets. But he is very aware of what everybody might be doing with the communication from his teammates and so on, what is possible, where people could be. He's got a picture of the game in his head across the entire map. So I think he's great to watch for that reason, as well as his exceptional skill. He just, his knowledge of the game, how he chooses to position himself, considering what is possible, and how he plays off the information of his teammates and provides it and so on, I think is pretty great to see. And I think the CT side of Mirage is a good example of that.
Yeah, he's a very smart player, and that's always very informative to watch. And I can't wait to see what he's able to do on this map of Mirage, especially given the fact that we'll expect to see the AWP from him, and Vitality will start off with a better economy. They picked up the pistol, they picked up the falling round. They did lose a couple players there, which is never ideal, but it won't matter too much, I won't imagine. INTZ, they have an opportunity here, though. They've got superior firepower with the AKs and the Krieg. Look at Zywoo going straight down in towards underpass, already looking to cause problems here early in the round for the likes of the Brazilians.
His position's pretty cool. If you're near the crawl space in the window, you can actually throw a pop flash for a player who's under that position, which will pop just below the arch, so you don't see it coming. You have absolutely no warning. You can pop flash yourself as well, but of course it gives a sound cue anyway. There's a push towards the B bomb site. A fast round from INTZ, trying to burst, trying to abuse these numbers, but the numbers are making their way back. RPK won't quite get the kill there. So it's a 3 versus 3, and we'll see a rotation in the market position. Throws the flash over the wall. The smokes are up for the time being, but it won't be up forever, and Cello's alone now, walking through the smoke, trying to escape, but he will not be allowed to do so. Some upgrades for Vitality as 3 players survive, and they take 2 AKs away.
Yeah, and it's really cool to see that, because of Zywoo's presence in middle, Vitality always had some options towards middle. They had some options in terms of getting the information, as well as slowing things down, kind of stopping the split from being as quick as it wanted to be, because I was there, threatening them as they were trying to make their way up catwalk, gave the players on B time and space to work with, and BK gets the peek, he gets the info. So Vitality always sort of knew what was going on there, and they got ahead of what was happening, and that's very important on the CT side. INTZ will be down on some pistols now as a result of that, and soon I'm sure we're going to see Zywoo picking up that AWP soon enough. He's on the AK for now, though. Doesn't need to switch off of it just yet. Want to make sure you make solid economic decisions.
The flashbang you saw from Apex at the beginning of the round, from around triple, that goes over the wall into the mid position, stops people from bursting top mid. Can be useful to help your sniper if you've got a sniper going window, or otherwise anyone going towards the window. It's a good support flash for them to peek, especially at the beginning of the round. You can catch people completely off guard. So definitely, if you're a person at home and you play on the A bomb site, that is one way that you can support your teammate in the mid window to throw it over the wall, or even throw one through connector for a peek, depending on what's going on. But it definitely. So, like, if you're in that Go TV, then watch Apex at the beginning of the next round and see that flashbang that he throws over the wall into this mid position. With 45 seconds on the clock, INTZ still have 5 players alive, 2 of which have bought some Kevlar. Xander's got a helmet as well. And they're just trying to do as much damage as possible. They're taking it slow. Again, it's a situation where they will ultimately, INTZ need to die in order to get lost bonus. Or plant the bomb, after which time dying is not necessary. Yell's been taken out, 25 seconds, and you can see them looking to swarm the B bomb site. I don't know if Cello's going to run distraction or try and catch the rotation. He was in connector. I say was because he's dead now, of course. 16 seconds as they look to try to plant the bomb. 2 players on the balcony, but the angles are there. Destiny will get a frag, however, but he's got 10 seconds to try and commit to a bomb plant or something. NBK will put him out of his misery. Just the 1 frag for INTZ, but that's still good for about $5,000 to $6,000 of damage.
Yeah, I like the decisions there from NBK, just making sure that they moved. You know, he was baiting really hard for his teammate, and even with the worst happening, his teammate dying, they still managed to get.
Look at the colors on that keyboard.
Yeah.
That is something I've never seen on the keyboard before. I'm sure, of course, you can program them, but that's really sick. I respect the dedication to the country. Some of the most loyal fans you'll find in Counter-Strike are Brazilian fans, that's for sure.
It is awesome. I love it. All right, Alex, they're throwing out the incendiary to mess up the smoke, the mid-smoke, window smoke. And Zayu, well, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He's going to pop that one straight away through the smoke. Destiny will go down. So good start there for the likes of Vitality. Not really what you want to see if you're INTZ. They've lost all mid presence. They're going to just try to rush through onto the B bomb site. There's already 3 players here. RPK will smoke towards the van. That will make things even more problematic. They're stuck in the mud here. MBK takes down 2. And just like that, INTZ are wiped out. 5-0 for Vitality. That was way too easy.
Beautiful play. That's an interesting smoke from RPK. Normally, when you have a CT in the B bomb site, they drop a smoke grenade between the bomb site and the van to help their team rotate through the door. But they already have 3 players on the site, and of course, he's looking to potentially jump on the barrel and look over that smoke, which could be very dangerous. Not often you see that kind of smoke laid down. NBK with a beautiful multi-frag made it look a lot easier than it actually was. And again, only 1 frag shut down completely. These fast rounds from INTZ are unusual. Again, they're notorious for playing extremely slow rounds, for being extremely predictable in that respect on their T sides. But as we've seen from the likes of like Simon Gaming and maybe Dream Eaters as well, people have had some of the teams with lower ranks have had so much to gain between the minors and now that they can completely change their game. INTZ playing some fast rounds, not quite working out for them, so we'll see if they go back to Old Faithful. Don't really have many kills on the board either. Yeah,
that's a huge issue. Because now we've got the full buys coming out from Vitality, AWP included. And the issue here as well is that, of course, this is just a pistol round to worry about in terms of what Vitality are thinking they're going to be up against. So they're not going to take any risks, really, all that much. They've just got Zayu posted up with a boost towards the B apartments, which will be quite the surprise should there be any T players there. But there are not. They are going towards A for a set piece. You can see, look at how Apex is playing as he falls back behind where he might expect to smoke. There's a quick flashbang over the barrels. And this is beautiful utility work. This is all about getting the bomb plant. And it looks like that might be completely denied here. Apex still threatening from the ticket position. His health is quite low now, though. That looks to be the case that Vitality are going to clean this up with no bomb plant for INTZ. And that is not good for INTZ, James. That's what they were playing for, but indeed, now one would expect them to switch the pace up, maybe start playing some defaults here on this T side. Yeah, we'll see what they choose to do, although I feel like the default is being near the entrance to B-apps, holding angles towards top mid. We'll see. KNG with the AWP. Again, we've got rumors of KNG going towards the likes of MIBR in the future. And I feel like that might release Yell from a prison where he's always the second sniper on his team and never the first, it feels like, of late. And I would like to see him with an opportunity to be the first. But now Vitality looking to take the game to INTZ. Alex moving around the smoke. He's quite prepared. There's a big frag. Is there even time to communicate this stuff? Maybe there is, because KNG's managed to hold on to the top of the mid position so they don't start slow. So at least in that respect, INTZ are not playing. They haven't really played a single round where you're expecting the usual. Yes, they've failed every single round, but they are trying different things, and that's quite important. One thing that's going to be really awesome to talk about is that chair smoke, because that entered the meta towards the minors, and that's something that you can use to deny the opponents even looking to push that position just because they're afraid. But we'll talk about that later. We've got this 3v3 playing out here as INTZ look to go towards the A bomb site. And with Apex in the shadow position, he's in quite a strong spot INTZ will be unlikely. It'll be unlikely that they'll Molotov these positions, although Apex will move towards the default.
Look at NBK on the radar, though. I believe he's in, he's in the apartment, so he's got a very, very forward position. He's in the kitchen, which is allowing his teammates to have 2 players on the A bomb site rather than being 1-1-1 and just spread completely thin. But again, INTZ 3 versus 3. You've got to feel like this is an advantage to the T side, and you have to question if they are playing this too slow. Zan's been taken out in the Palace. He was trying to creep. It is KNG, though, who's carrying the bomb, but again, he's waiting for a peek. He's waiting for the curiosity from the CT side. A crouch peek from Cello, but again, the Insta trade has been consistent for Vitality, and now time is on their side. Apex needs to stay alive. He's got a rotation coming in from the ramp. NBK's coming in from the back, and Apex will pop out at the right time. No plan for INTZ, no rounds for INTZ either.
Yeah, and you can see that one of the big issues there was it's 3v3, and what happens? Vitality get the first kill, and it's untradeable. And it's just simply because Cello's not far forward enough towards Connector that he can trade someone when that peek from Palace comes in. And that kind of screwed everything there for INTZ, but indeed, yeah, it's Vitality dominating things here. Then the thing is, James, they have so many things they can still do to actually mess up INTZ. And we see them going for a rush of the B apartments. And I really want to talk about that chair smoke, but let's see if there can be anything done here. Very telegraphed, all the stepping. Defensive smoke coming in from RPK. MPK with a great defense of his own, and there is absolutely zero challenge on this B-bomb side. It's been completely cleaned up. It's Vitality terrorizing the T's of INTZ.
I feel like many rounds so far, INTZ have got 1 kill.
Yeah.
And just Vitality, they've had position in time, they've had the trade frags, everything has been solid for them. I know how prepared as a team they will be. Again, I've tuned into, even in the evenings during the minors, I've tuned into like every Alex stream I've caught. So I feel like I know how prepared they can be. I'm about to sneeze.
And the thing is as well is that I don't think I got to mention this point before. Vitality already had their hiccup against a team that's significantly worse than them. Now, Vitality aren't number 2 for no reason. They have an insane ceiling. And that first loss against Simon Gaming surely was a wake-up call, and the focus can only be Razor for Vitality at this point. So you're not going to get an easy, complacent victory against them. You're going to have to fight tooth and nail for it. And INTZ are yet to, as you say, even really get any kills on the board. And that is a huge issue moving forwards, because Vitality, they can keep playing aggressive, and they have all these cheeky little aggressions. We see Zywu going down into mid, into underpass, getting boosted up towards the B apartments. There's all sorts of plays that they can make. They did the chair smoke as well in middle. And here is a 2-man setup, aggressive towards A ramp. So look at all these options they're taking to just make the default difficult for INTZ. Early in the round, Vitality are winning.
Yell and KNG. Yell's naked, though. He's a nudist on the beach in a French village. So this is the INTZ that we're used to seeing. There's a flash. Alex has an off angle. What kind of support does he have, though? Maybe they're supporting utility. Apex and RPK very forward on the A bomb site with Zywu in tow. And Alex will create some space for himself to exit. And off he goes. An unanswered frag, which is really surprising considering how many people were top mid that he's managed to just get a frag and escape. I don't even think anyone shot back at him. Area control from Vitality. KNG collecting the bomb top mid. Making their way towards a traditional A split, it would seem. But he's throwing the bomb to his teammates so he can post up in that short position. Clearing the short area. There's no flash film or anything to clear the ladder area. Just throwing the grenades in towards A. 35 seconds on the clock, and there are still counter grenades here for Vitality. Yeah,
that's going to cause a lot of problems here. That will force them to move backwards. Again, burning more and more time. Position has been burned, it seems. Connector has been abandoned. They'll go towards the B-bomb site. Great pick from Kianji as he moves forwards there from the catwalk position. Alex can't really confidently push this without a flashbang. Drops the flash, goes forward, spots one. He's been spotted as well, and he has to hit every shot. That's a good start. Keeping position for his teammates. They're still far away. He's still alone in this position. He's moving around the bomb site so effectively. Look at all the time he's bought here. That's fantastic. Zywu has enough time to get in there to deny the plant, and even though they will be able to survive on the bomb site, James, the time was burnt. Alex, absolute beast.
That was absolutely beautiful from Alex. He's in a 1 versus 2 on the B bomb site alone with 10 seconds on the clock. He understands the situation. They cannot even try to plant the bomb. They have to kill him. He dances around the bomb site, just stands in the corner, and he's done his job. Simple as that. It was a great pincer movement from INTZ in the first place to get an opening into the B bomb site after failing to do what they wanted on A. There's a lot of things going on there. Vitality understand that the utility can do the job for them if INTZ go into their old habits and play the clock down. They hold on to their Molotovs. It's so key if you're playing on the A bomb site and you can hold on to your Molotovs. It can do a hell of a lot. They have mollies towards the ramp and towards connector at the same time. Kill the time for INTZ. INTZ get their entry onto the B bomb site, but Alex just plays the time to a T. Just walking around the pillar is enough to win the round for Vitality. I don't know if INTZ have planted the bomb a single time in this game so far. In fact, they haven't. Every round apart from that one has been won by elimination, and that one, of course, by timeout. So 9 rounds and 0 bomb plants tells you the success that INTZ are having in this game of Mirage.
Yeah, it's been very difficult. Apex spawning 1, executing. Kianji is only 3 remain now. They know where Apex is. Oh, he gets team flashed, actually, by Zywoo, I think. And that's never too fun, but it looks like he will be fine. In fact, it will be Zywoo who dies. So some karma there, if you like. That'll be the 10-0 for Vitality. That is not a good look for INTZ. They are struggling immensely. And MBK is going to pick up the AWP. And another thing that's been called from Vitality, as we see the timeout come in from INTZ, is that they've been mixing up their CT defense a lot. You know, in one of the previous round in which we saw the quick double back towards B, where Alex was won the game through, or sorry, won the round, I should say, through just burning the time. That was a round in which Vitality, in previous occasions, we'd seen them go quite aggressive, but there they actually kept falling back, burning time, and that was how they wanted to play the round. They wanted to force INTZ to play really deep and put the INTZ in a really hard position when they're against the clock. And you know, the fact that Vitality has shown so many plays, different styles of play on their CT side has meant that it's impossible really for INTZ to even read what they're doing.
I like how RPK's hair goes up to the point at which he will wear headphones. Because otherwise maybe it would have gone down to the back of his head. But I respect that. He's got a gamer haircut, quite literally.
It's pretty cool, actually. I like it on him. It's bold, but it works.
So there's the fast boost. If you want to get somebody aggressively up into apps on the CT side, that is how you do it. If you go around and jump on the barrel or the box, then you can be taken up. Enough about that later. More about that later, rather. 2 headshots here from the likes of RPK and NBK, both still alive, and they make it even worse for INTZ. Again, minimal success. Beautiful grenades coming in from RPK for area control. Now you're on a 2 versus 5. What can you do? If Vitality identified that both the players were in apartments, and they could put Zywoo, well, he's got an AWP, but he could put him in Palace, for example, but he's going to stay on the A bomb site. So it seems they know that one person was in B, but not that both players were there. There were some nice grenades thrown by RPK, the smoke on the Molotov, using the angles of the site. So that's something to check the demo of. Nice pop flashes as well. If you're standing next to the window, there are very easy lineups for great pop flashes for a teammate. But again, as I was mentioning, if you're a CT, if you're playing Mirage and you just run and jump on the boxes as a CT to peek apartments, if a sniper has a forward spawn towards the entrance to B apps, they can get there and take you out with the AWP as you're jumping on the box, which is why RPK boosted NBK on the side instead. It is a safer approach for an aggressive play on the balcony.
I like as well that, you know, after MBK showed his position at the end of the balcony, but then showed himself dropping out of the window, that RPK quickly took the position by Van, which you wouldn't expect because that kind of falls into the realm of a spot that will be played by MBK. So you wouldn't expect someone to be there, and so that means that he gets a free kill as they just don't expect him to be there. And another round by timeout for Vitality, and they are looking great. And this is what you want to see. If you're a team that is as skilled and as good and as well ranked as Vitality, dominate your opponents. That's what it's all about. Just dominate them. Don't give them a single opportunity to get in. And I like how we're seeing so much diversity and focus from the game of Vitality here. INTZ was just, they just, again, like, you know, where to begin with their struggles.
That is the earliest of early Molotovs. Waiting for the smoke that may never come.
There's deep smoke from the CTs there.
I wonder if the first round he did that, they caught INTZ off guard thinking it was ZywOo, because normally a sniper would be throwing at Molotov, but ZywOo was in connector and got to pick top mid in that round. 11-0 for Vitality, which I feel like is the way this should be going. I don't think anything is untoward here, especially with INTZ starting on the T side. That's a nightmare for them versus a team with the prowess of Vitality. They just have a deeper strat book. Much, much deeper. Yell creeping in connector. Got to be careful in case somebody's in the in that short position. KNG looking for part of it. Not really seeing a take of the ladder area as you might see from other teams. And that's a big headshot. And another one. Stereo frags for Vitality as they look to move to 12. The bomb seen in connector still there for the moment, and that is a big tell as to what might be going on. What a flashbang. How about that?
Yeah, that's really stunning. And given the fact that Vitality took the positions that they did, they know that INTZ can only be going kind of maneuvering in certain spots. So even though it looks like Vitality have given up the map, they've also eliminated a lot of options for their opponent. And there's no trades here. INTZ walking into 1v1s, and they will not find success anywhere. Not a single kill once again. And for INTZ, you know, it gets to a certain point. We may be well past that point, but it gets to a certain point in a game like this where you can't even frag your opponent, where you can never predict your opponent, when it always feels like you're getting outsmarted as well as outshot by your opponent, that you start to feel like you're destined to lose this one. And that's a feeling which is very destructive for you.
I think the one huge credit to Vitality is the two-man plays that we're seeing from them on either side. RPK and NBK, the way they're playing towards the B-bomb site, the way they're boosting each other on either side of the balcony, actually. And just the way they're moving around together, their reactions to things, how prepared they are, the forward plays in mid that we saw with the smokes and so on, how Alex is playing off of his teammates, how he's playing with ZywOo, how Apex is set up on the A-bomb site playing off ZywOo, as you saw there towards the end. Like, there are so many different scenarios in two-man setups which are working out really, really well for Vitality. They are all in sync together. They're on the same wavelength. And these are drills which require less communication because they're more prepared. You know what to expect from the person you're playing with, and the comms can be minimal, excuse me. It's really great stuff. Really great to see.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
You can see NBK, look at him communicating. You can see him listening with his crosshair basically and saying, okay, there's one player moving towards the underpass. Alex getting ready over there. ZywOo taking out KNG in the meantime. He's the only person who's fragging for INTZ, so that's not a great start for them. Pistols for the 4 remaining players as they have some kind of take of mid, if you can call it that.
It's mostly with pistols that the frags have been had by INTZ, generally speaking. On the gun rounds, they've really struggled ultimately. And I was really having a fun time here. There we go, RPK will find the last one, or one of the last ones, Sand remaining in a palace. And INTZ not really finding ways to win positions with utility. Obviously, there wasn't much in this round, but that's been part of the problem. And the cheeky kill? No, not quite. 13-0, we could see, I don't want to jinx it for Vitality, but they are, of course, marching towards a 16-0 as a possibility in this one. They don't look like they'll give up any rounds against the T side of INTZ anytime soon. Here are the stats. Oh, it's not a good look, is it? It's not a good look. Apex with only 2 deaths, not bad.
They're too strong. They are simply too strong. The matchup is a mismatch. Vitality will have ZywOo making his way quickly towards the short position. A nice flick for Destiny, and there's an early 5 versus 4 for Vitality. We see ZywOo making his way now into the window area from the ladder room, and needs to just completely change to another side of the map. They've got 2 AWPs, but from mid to A he goes. NBK's left in position towards the B bomb site, which is something that they've been proactive about as well. And there is Yell taken out, and there's NBK showing up towards the short area. Sorry, it's RPK who's on the balcony. Has been NBK on previous rounds, but since he has an AWP as well, here he is. There's no way to respond to this for INTZ. There is no way. That's unbelievable. Just the sheer chain of events there. Zoe gets a frag from short. He moves over towards the A-bomb site and gets a frag. So Zaiwu, the sniper's no longer on short. But hey, it is on short because MBK's got another one. And now he's wrecking face as well. And Cello is left alone just to try and, I don't even know if you can call it padding the stats. What is it? Just adding a dot or something.
Well, at this point, you're honestly just fighting for getting kills. And it's not to get stats. It's not to get economic damage. But it's to get more confidence because it's a thing when you aren't getting any kills, the problem compounds. It compounds significantly, and it becomes harder and harder to get kills because your confidence is ruined.
Official major trading cards, epics.gg, check them out. You won't find one of me, unfortunately, but some players like Olofmeister, I suppose he's slightly better.
Just a little bit.
Just marginally. I look forward to the GoTV recommendations when his team comes along. But yeah, this is an exhibition for Vitality at present. 14-0, INTZ with not much to offer. Ironically, this might be a round A win just based on sheer anarchy because they're ill-equipped, and it seems that anarchy has been their best bet. Got two smokes going top mid. They're trying to draw players into the middle position with those smokes. But look, there's no one looking at mid whatsoever. It seems Vitality know exactly what this means. A full rotation from the B bomb side as well. The bomb may have been spotted on top of the shadow area. 2 frags, and KNG's got a Galil. So again, this just shows how prepared Vitality are. You saw on the radar there, you can see the trajectory of those smoke grenades. Is it going to be a 3-man spray down? It's not. He did his best, but not quite. 15-0, 15 match points for Vitality. We'll see you after the break.
Yikes.
Is this the reckoning? Is this the rapture, Dan? Is it a rapture?
I don't know.
Is it finally time for the rapture?
It feels like end times for sure, but not for Vitality.
Dan, it's the rapture. Clear your bank account. Send them to Bardolph. Send them all the monies. You don't need it anymore because the rapture is coming. The 16-0. The bleaching is here.
It's not here just yet. Vitality still have to pick up this final, what could be the final round. It's the pistol. And the pistol might just be the best chance for INTZ, considering that I suppose the advantages have been sort of leveled in the terms of obviously everyone starts with the same amount of money. And here it goes, Vitality on a B rush. And it looks like INTZ might be a bit better on the defense for B here. They're playing a retake, so they've got 4 players already on B. Comes down to some of these headshots. Zand will start things off. They're taking down Zaiwu. Looking quite difficult for both teams here, but it looks like MBK will find some forward position and needs to be taken down, leaving it all on Apex. There you go, James. This ruined. It's ruined.
Cello's super hype. At least the spirits are good, but Alex, you've let me down, man.
They denied
Alex, you've let me down.
That was James, I just want to say that was their only mission now. At this point, like after that first half, you're only just trying not to get 16-0. That's just that's really all that's happening. Just me, because that is actually annoying for Vitality.
I am quite frankly disappointed with Vitality in this half, I must say.
Because Vitality might just win right now, but at least as far as INTZ are concerned, they didn't get the 60. They didn't get 16-0'd.
I think we all needed that. We all needed a 16-0 early on in this major. Everyone needed
get it out of the way with.
Apart from Brazil.
Yeah.
But everybody else, ooh, we got a strafing Molotov from Zad. I don't know if it really went as deep as he may have liked, but there we go. A lot of utility being dumped. We'll see if he chooses to go deep behind it. And there we have the execute from Vitality. At least a grenade towards the B bomb site. Look at the rotation. We've got them moving out of position. Destiny's gone through the crawl space, but he's quickly moving back. So they haven't really been pushed too far out. Is it a double fake? The bomb is still in B apartments, but Vitality are about to show some players in this mid position. And I don't know if the bomb's really making it there. There's another rotation now while the boost comes in at the same time. That was a great attempt from Vitality, actually, but KNG was curious, and that curiosity will keep INTZ in the right positions. Pulling the CT out through the crawl space as the boost comes in is really, really smart and could have gone a hell of a long way to winning this round. So, again, even in a situation like that, you can see how drilled Vitality are. I think that was a pretty good going from them. The double fake to draw players around. This time, surely it's a B bomb site. Get the boost in. They try and go for the cool space, pop them in the face with a P250 or otherwise, and then maybe you can do more after that.
Yeah, it looks really dangerous, honestly, because Apex was in a situation with a P250 where he, I think it was Kianji, his opponent, whiffed a bunch of shots initially. So Apex actually had quite an opportunity to get a frag. If he gets that, and then the 1v1 is one towards jungle, then Vitality probably win the round. So, if you're in a pistol round and you're able to find 2 1v1s, where one of them you're kind of favorable at the beginning, it's definitely not a bad look at all. However, you can see Yell will try to shut things down with the MP9. He's going to run out of bullets soon. There it is. And, well, the pistol, sidearm, the P250, ever reliable. But the round will still be... well, rather, sorry, Vitality will not be able to get any damage done there to INTZ's economy. So that's going to feel good for the likes of the Brazilians. However, the big guns will finally come out for Vitality. And, it's been an intermission, a short intermission for them in terms of them winning rounds.
I want to say it was a 14-1 comeback that INTZ had recently on a map. I forget who the opponent was.
You wanted to say it, and now you're just you still have no answer for us. We'll see. Well, Kianji making the jump across there, over the fence. Looking like he might be going rather deep here, down that catwalk position, all the way maybe. As Vitality are actually playing quite passively. Alex is on the other end of that. And he's now looking to move forwards that his teammate will be with him, but not for too long. The trade is in, though. And that's actually going to benefit Vitality significantly, I would say. 1-for-1. Alex will pick up the AWP. Yell, though, doing some more damage. Finding a lurk play towards the A-ramp. And that A-ramp play would have been everything, because considering that Vitality moving towards the B-bomb site in the apartments, that could have been such a strong fake. But instead, looks like INTZ with a great defense, 2 important kills from Zand will really shut things down for Vitality. They had some cool ideas in this round, but it was all INTZ in terms of hitting the shots. So good on them. Not being too deterred, perhaps, by that first half results. You don't see 15-0s very often.
It was versus Envy, the 14-1 comeback. So they're going to do it again. They're going to do it again.
French teams, man.
Right maybe. Now. Although it was 15-0, so not 14-1. Maybe that one round will be the difference maker. But they're on the CT side, and they've got the AWPs out. And that's where, I mean, if INTZ started on the CT side, then maybe we would see a completely different scoreline. But again, we know the T sides are their weakness, and Vitality are looking pretty damn sharp at the moment. Again, even in that eco round on the T side, the coordination and the ideas behind what they're doing are fantastic. So I feel like they couldn't be more prepared for this major from what we've seen so far, although they are 0-1 at the moment. So
nice flashbang there. That hit Destiny straight in the face. Looks like Apex can't quite find him in time, though, to capitalize, and so therefore the timing's slightly off, and over the top goes Destiny, and down he will go as Cello looks on with the scope of the AUG, and oh my goodness, great damage done by Vitality. They're in with a chance now. They've got so much time. I don't know if that they can really collect these weapons, but it doesn't matter too much, because look how much ground INTZ have to cover. They've got to figure out now, do they play 1-1, or do they play 2 on a bomb site?
there's a chance that Alex heard a rotation when he was moving into the underpass position. I'm not 100%, but there's a chance that he did. They started walking once they got close, so I'm not 100% sure. But RPK's got to get his skates on. Now, to the advantage of INTZ, Vitality will not have any weapons, or well, they don't know that just yet, but they don't have any weapons from all these fights. They're just down to the pistols. Separating top mids, but they'll go together. I think they realize it's the B bomb site. Now, does Zan just have a look? Does he boost up on the bricks? No, just having a look. Not too shy, not too afraid. There are 2 smoke grenades here to cut off some of the choke points, but first they need to identify where the bomb has been planted. They'll soon see its default. Got to be really careful about these peaks. He takes out RPK immediately. Could have crept past him to try and figure out where number 2 was, but there they go. Both these players have diffuse kits. Alex, oh, he rings the bell, but he can't quite get the follow-up. That might have been it. Could have done some dancing around the pillar again, but no. It is round number 5 for INTZ.
Oh man, given the fact that Zand is the guy with the rifle, that CZ, if that CZ actually gets the kill, I don't think there's time to actually win the round. That is so close, my goodness. And that was only with pistols as well. Now we see the full buy once again. So up on the AWP. And the fact that INTZ lost 15-0 in the first half, James, it's just imagine a situation where even if you win 15 rounds in a row, that you still can't win the map. Like, you still have to win in overtime after that. Like that is just such a ridiculous prospect. And against one of the very best teams in the world, no less. Certainly a difficult feat is being asked of INTZ, and they barely scraped through on that last one against pistols. And here's Zyro looking for the pick. RPK diving forwards. It's going well, though, here for the Brazilians. What a defense! Annihilating this one. Zyro at the tail end of it with 1 kill, but the bomb has been well and truly lost. Yeah,
and Apex is on a long rotation to join his teammate from the entrance to B apartments, and Yell's in the palace. And now it is only Zyro. He needs an ace. He is 1 versus 4 at the moment. He knows Yell's in the palace. Yell looks like he wants to peek him. He's getting ready for a multi-peek. Zyro's scoping, but can't quite get the shot off. Who knows what might have happened if he had. 6 rounds on the board for INTZ. They'll lose a few players, but they're still in a good situation. They've got plenty of money. 9 rounds to go for them. 1 round to come for Vitality. I don't know if that was a full buy from Vitality, but they will soon have one. And again, their recos have shown to be dangerous. And with a situation like this where they have so many match points, they could actually try some... I mean, you can see the investment they've made in this round, Vitality, and we've seen that they've got solid ideas on their eco round, so they could try to execute another one. This is basically a dry run for the rounds to come in the future.
It absolutely is. MP5, love to see it. Yell here in perfect position. That molly's going to really completely obscure Yell's vision with that AWP, the scoped AWP. However, the game's been given away, and there's been plenty of time for the counter utility to slow this one down. They don't have to commit behind this, but they certainly will. In they go to the bomb site. Look at all these grenades, these flashbangs all over the place, really causing some chaos here for the likes of INTZ. And there's Alex with a quick CZ kill onto Zand. What else can be found from Alex? Picks up another one, and however, it will be shut down in the end. But 2 kills is not a bad shout from the likes of Vitality.
Plenty of time on the clock. The focus had to be on wiping out the bomb site and then considering their options, which isn't even necessarily a bomb plant there. It could have even been a cheeky rotation. Depending on the situation that arose. But again, INTZ survived. They have the counter grenades. And now it's time for a full buy from Vitality. Although if 5,800, if the AWP comes out for Zyro, he will have no grenades. So we'll see what they choose to do.
Look at that, all the blue.
Yeah.
It's a sea of blue.
Again, make no assumptions about this. INTZ know they have it in them to make a comeback. They're on the CT side, their favored side. They've got the sniper rifles, and when they've got them, they are very, very capable, as evidenced by KNG.
Look what it took from him, though. He's 21 for 16. He's the only player with a positive ratio on the team.
Oh, speaking of which, at half-time, Zyro was 22 for 4.
Yep.
But now he's 23 for 11.
Nice. Thanks for the update, James.
This flash, if it runs, it goes out the window. And if you're standing on the van, it goes deep enough to blind you and force you off the angle as well. FYI.
It's a slow approach here from the likes of Vitality. They will keep themselves hidden for now. Moving down the underpass for a late mid take. They'll have 4 players, so you can see there's Alex and Apex. Apex with the bomb. Rather, sorry, Zayu actually it is with the bomb. Towards that top mid position. So MBK is playing Palace. So we would imagine with these positions that there's some really solid opportunities for Vitality to hit up that A-bomb site, make their way through connector. Now, one of the players you worry about if you're making your way through connector is the guy on ticket. But with the AWP of Zayu there to deal with that player, you're not worrying too much. So we'll see what he's able to do. Cello playing Shadow. If they move past jungle, Cello becomes incredibly exposed. So Vitality could cause all kinds of problems right now for the likes of INTZ's defense.
30 seconds on the clock, and maybe a problem they'll cause is an over-rotation in the wrong direction. RPK, I'm sure, has made a step or two in those apartments. And look at, he's drawn a third person over. And again, sometimes all it needs is a step. You don't need to fire your gun randomly or do anything else. And here comes the action. Here goes the bomb towards the A-bomb site. Cello, now he's got time to play with. He's taking initial engagement, but he's going to get taken out completely. NBK covering on the high ground, but the bomb's being dropped. There's a rotation in CT, even with the frag on Destiny. He's going to take out KNG. There's no time to plant the bomb. He jumps around the corner, but is there time? The Deagle shots. Is he going to plant the bomb? Just in time. Absolutely ridiculous. This might be it. That's a huge frag from Yell, though. Alex now in a 1 versus 2, trying to force the 1v1 before the rotation comes in. Both players low. He's got a smoke to play with, Alex, but surely he can't just pull it out. Hiding by triple, last seen on the ramp. And they wait. They both have kits, Yell and KNG, but Yell is so far away. They've got to move forward. They don't really have time to do this. Creeping in, Alex by the bench now, trying to pick the right angle. KNG with a very dirty headshot. So close, but not quite.
Oh my god, it could just be any single round and Vitality win on this half, but it's another one. It's 8 in a row for INTZ. Fancy that. What a great shot from Kianji there. He has been really good. He's been really good. And again, like with some of those rumors, if it is true, James, you know, I can understand why he'd be very good as well. Like that would definitely be a motivating factor in trying to perform your best.
I got to say, from what I saw towards the B bomb site, it looked like RPK just made a step. Because people think like, oh, you're going to fake. Let me just fire some shots. That's obvious. If you're just shooting randomly, it's obvious that you're baiting. But when you just make a step, it can suggest that you did it by accident and you're trying to set up for something. And that brought a third player over towards that B bomb site, if I'm not mistaken. So that was beautiful from Vitality and almost worked out. But again, INTZ prevail. And this is what I was talking about. Their backs to the wall. They will deliver. Even when in a bad situation, they had a complete non-starter on their T side. Backs to the wall. They are winning round after round after round.
Did we get a timeout yet from Vitality to ice the kicker? You know, that's the question. Because INTZ, of course, there's obviously Kianji's feeling it. He's hitting everything. Let's see what else he can deliver from this position. Does with the first one, just a bunch of pistols here. There's the second one. That will absolutely be a connection. So we'll actually lop Kianji's head off with the Deagle, but he'll be made short work of by Cello. So the defense works out, and that's 9 rounds in a row. And you start to wonder, you really start to wonder. INTZ. They've won 9 in a row. How hard is it really now at this point to win just another few? Well, obviously, it's a bit more than just a few, but still. Good work from them, and Vitality, you know, MBK, he did say that they understand, they have a respect for the individual play of INTZ, and it started to appear, and they're going for a big mid play coming in from INTZ. Yeah,
but do they have the coordination to go for this? Well, if there was a challenge from their opponent, but there isn't one. But what is the response from Vitality? Do they have a response to a play like this? Not something you're expecting to see from the likes of INTZ, and I love the bravery from them to do that. All INTZ need to worry about is the round which is in front of them. So they've taken top mid. They won't leave players in that position, and Vitality may try to make a fast play while they expect people to be out of position. We see Zand is in that short area waiting for a push. Yell taken out immediately. Now we've got some big trouble for INTZ. They've got KNG making his way towards that market position, smoked up from the window, but if he goes down, it might be round over. They might not have position. Oh, he's not going to see the player behind the smoke either. Oh, Apex, he gets there eventually. That could have been a disaster. 3 versus 5 for INTZ to stay in this match.
What a devious smoke just obscured Apex, and you just don't check for him after that, but Cello picks up a kill. They got the van to play with now, though, in the forward smoke here. They are actually making it work 3 versus 3. INTZ coming in. Cello picks up another one. MBK lurking around the apartments will get taken down, and now it's just up to RPK to stop this, and he will. That will be it. Averting disaster. Catastrophe was there. It was present for Vitality, but they shut it down, and after a 15-0 half, eventually took them 9 rounds to get there, but they do it.
They did indeed. It doesn't matter how many rounds it took. INTZ always going to be better on the CT side. Vitality with a very solid T side. It was, sorry, CT side. It was great to watch. Again, just a team play between the 2 players on the B-bomb site, the mid area, the A area. Everything was on lock. It was great. It wasn't the biggest challenge you're going to see in terms of teams on their T side for Vitality, but what they did show us. What we did see was great preparation in their CT sides, in their eco rounds, all the ideas they had, and again, just all the pieces working together was really awesome to see.
Yeah, and honestly, even though INTZ lost, you know, it's a situation where they probably didn't expect a reality where they win. Of course, when they're in the game, that's the mentality you're in. You know, you're thinking you're going to win. That's how you have to do it. But ultimately, given that they had a 15-0 first half, the way they did come back in that second half, that's what's important. That will lend them great confidence moving forwards, because that was a very respectable 9 rounds that they won. They gave Vitality a lot of problems there.
Yeah. I just noticed RPK's haircut. It's kind of going diagonally. It's not even going down the middle.
I know. So I like it. It's cool.
Yeah, it's really quite different. His haircut favors his right eye. That's really cool.
It's asymmetric. I like it.
It gives his right eye peak +2 damage. So again, Zywoo, he got 4 kills in the second half. He was 22 for 4 at half time. So it was all about that first half. And then there was a comeback from INTZ, but they just couldn't get there all the way. But no one's been eliminated just yet. Still more CS to come.
Yeah, lots and lots more CS to come. It is early days. It's just day 1. Make sure to tell your friends, tell your mum, tell your dog, tell everyone that the Major has started, and that you should all tune in, as we have so much Counter-Strike action here. We actually reached, I think we got a new peak for average players or daily players or whatever it was for Counter-Strike very recently. So love to see that. Love to see it. Love
to see whatever it was. Yeah, that's fantastic.
More players, James.
Complexity versus Hellraisers is going to be the next match on this broadcast, so stay tuned for that. We are going to head to a break very shortly, and when we're back, there's going to be more carnage. So this is the schedule for this stream. Complexity Hellraisers, and then Greyhound versus Fours. Stay tuned. We are going nowhere. We are going so nowhere that we're right here.
We're still here.
Yeah, well,
nice,
I don't know.
James.
I feel like we've you know, we've gone through everything we need to go through. So unless there's anything else, then I think yeah, we're going to go. So we are going to go to a break this time. So stay tuned, because we're going somewhere, but then we're going to be back here. So not really going anywhere at all. See you soon.